morning, everyone. I'm Josh.
And I'm Bethany. Here's this week's newscast.
Do you have leadership qualities? Do you see yourself in political office? Do you want to bring back Pizza Hut Wednesdays and get a slushie machine for the cafeteria? Then maybe you'd like to run for class office.
Student council elections will be coming up soon. Campaigning will begin next week, and elections will follow. Those interested in running for class office should speak directly to Mr. Bergen.
Now here's Bria with an exclusive interview with Mr. Bergen about student council elections.
Student council elections will be, we're hoping next week sometime, if not the week after. We're still getting some ducks in the row. This year we're bringing back, there's one student body president, one student body vice president, and one student body secretary. So everyone in the school is voting for that. That means a freshman could be the student body president if all the freshmen voted for them and no one else wanted to. Anyone could be the student body president. The only sort of qualifier that we have in order to run for elected office, as we said multiple times at the beginning of the year, is you have to have been active in student council through a homecoming committee. So as long as you've done that, you're eligible to run for office. That doesn't include homeroom representatives, which we're also bringing back. So every homeroom will have an elected officer from their homeroom. So there's the overall officers of the school, like I already mentioned. Each class will have 2 elected from the student body representatives, and in each homeroom will have an elected position from their homeroom. And then there'll be at-large voting members. At-large voting members, as long as you're active in student council, you're automatically an at-large voting member of student council.
Bishop Null is now excited to announce that it will begin renovating the Wayland Activity Center to become a stream lab. The current space, which is being underused, will feature a learning studio and design lab, a maker space for creating prototypes based on original ideas, and prototype studio to build models and use larger equipment as students build final products for display.
The entire project will cost a little bit more than $1 million. And good news, the space will be air conditioned. Now here's Bria and Ms. Pashik with more on the project.
Start talking? Oh.
Refocus,
Who
Bria.
came up with the idea to transform the WAC to a streamline?
Actually, I did pass the WAC, and I looked in there. I was like, this place is so underused. I was like, what could we do with it to make it beneficial? And then I remembered that design of that space in the other school, and I was like, this is it. This is the space. So I walked around with Mr. Rich Redzwicki, and I was like, Rich, what do you think? What do you think, like, of my idea, this little vision that the Holy Spirit gave me? And he was like, that'd be awesome if you could make it happen. And that was it. And it's since then transformed.
How much will this transformation cost?
Okay, ready? This is going to hurt everyone's feelings. All right. It is going to cost approximately $1 million. All of this comes from capital campaign money.
What are some ideas or changes that will happen to the WAC that we should look forward to?
So I guess to me, the 3 very distinct spaces in that space focus on the STEM design model. And as we incorporate STREAM, we were very mindful of incorporating religion and the arts within that model as well. So some of the facilities will look like, obviously we still need to have an educational space, but education for your century, not those old desks that are still built in. You know, they'll have mobile seating, mobile tables, mobile seats, comfy seating, etc. In the instructional space. And around the instructional space, we'll have a lot of the technologies that we need for STEM. So even though you guys all have iPads now, iPads aren't really designed for heavy design work. They're designed for apps. So the computers that are in that space are designed for heavy, architectural design, SketchUps, et cetera, et cetera. And the computer spaces are designed to be collaborative. So if Josh and you are working on a project, or you and I are working on a project, we can sit collaboratively together and work on the same computer. And then the other space is called a maker space. And if you Google maker space, it's really just a space that allows kids to create, allows students to just create, allows you to get messy. It's able to be cleaned up easily. You're able to use hand tools. You're able to use scissors, razors, things of that nature to create, physically create prototypes, etc. And then the prototyping space actually allows you to make a finished prototype. They'll have 3D printers there. We'll have commercial grade equipment, cutters, saws, et cetera, that can really allow students to create a final product.
Do you think this will help students' learning environments?
Absolutely. I think that, like, in so many ways, God bless Bishop Noel, but we're a little, like, behind. And not just Bishop Noel, really schools in general. When you look at the evolution of anything over a century, things have evolved, and education for some reason hasn't taken the same strides. So when you look at the space like the media center that we've already updated, kids like that space. Unfortunately, it's not open to you like it's supposed to be yet, but you guys like that space. It's created for you and with your needs in mind, and this space is going to be very much so. On our stream committee, we even had some freshman students on it because they were part of the STEM course through Project Lead the Way, and they kind of got it. So we were very intentional about making sure that it serves what you guys need and meet you where you're at, so you're more comfortable in the classroom setting as opposed to, you know, the rigid old school desks that we're so very used to in Catholic education. But we're expanding that to really meet where you guys are at, you know, giving you comfortable seating, giving you mobile seating. Obviously, instruction still has to take place. You're not going to be able to, you know, like just learn everything through an iPad, but giving you those tools to make you more successful is the whole point of that space.
And even though this will benefit students, how will this benefit teachers?
I look at it as, from a teacher perspective, when you are, I used to be a health teacher, so this space, you know, people would say, well, how would you use it in health? I guess I just look at it as an opportunity to use the space to maybe do some more hands-on models. So maybe I would take the students in and say, all right, today we're going to create a heart, and we're going to actually create the chambers, and we're going to discuss what each of these chambers are. So you got chamber 1, you got chamber 2, you got chamber 3, you got chamber 4, you guys are focusing on the valves, you guys focus on whatever that might be, and we could actually create that. And what better way to learn? You know, when you look at ways that students learn, historically, even though we used to just have you guys memorize, historically, kids learn more by conceptually building, by conceptually understanding it. So what better way to learn the heart than having those conversations? So as a teacher, to me, I look at it as an investment for them in their instruction. And also like, hey, Bishop Noel's doing stuff to enhance themselves, to make sure that they're here for the next 100 years. So that's important to me as a teacher, because you want to go somewhere that you feel supported. You want to go somewhere that you feel puts value on education, and you want to go somewhere that's going to be here because you want to have job security. So all those things, I think, from a faculty perspective, are enhanced by this space.
Now, even though this is a stream lab for like STEM classes,
Sure.
will it be open to all classes, languages?
Sure. So if you actually looked at the renderings, we were very intentional about creating separate spaces. So even though this is the Stream Innovation Lab, that allows, just like the Media Center or the labs here, people can sign out. You know, I'm like I just said, I'm a health teacher. I want to use the Makerspace Lab. Is it available? Let me go online and sign it out. Okay, so this space is intentionally designed with 4 very separate parts. So if you look at the mezzanine, which is the upstairs level, it's a total separate space from the downstairs. Okay, that doesn't mean that if I'm a teacher, I can't have kids in both those spaces, but it allows me as a school to have potentially 3-4 classes in that space at once. And then looking further into the future, ideally we'll host workshops there. We'll be able to invite kids to maybe participate in robotics, you know, down the line, have after-school programs in which we cater to our visiting schools and our partner schools. So from a visionary perspective, 3 years down the line, I want that space hopping all the time. And that was intentional when we designed it. We wanted to make value of all those spaces and make sure that it could be used for a variety of purposes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Construction will begin next semester, and the entire project will be completed for next school year.
All students that ordered school pictures should receive them in homeroom. If you would like to retake your photo, bring your original picture packet intact to school on Thursday, October 4th. Photographers will be available during lunches.
All freshmen, sophomores, and juniors that did not take a picture on orientation day should also have their picture taken on October 4th. If you do not take a picture, you will not be included in this year's yearbook.
On Friday, October 4th, BNI will be hosting a college fair in the field house during school hours. Over 25 colleges will be in attendance. Keep an eye out for an email from the guidance department with more information about the college fair.
The Bishop Noel Theater Department is proud to present their fall play, Almost Maine. Auditions are September 20th and 21st at 3:10 in the auditorium. If you are interested in auditioning, please see Ms. Jones for a script.
And finally, this Saturday, the Bishop Noel Marching Band will perform at Soldier Field as part of the Chicago Football Classic competition. Good luck to the BNI marching orders.
That's all for this week's news class. Now here's Jasmine and Savannah with your sports.
What's up? I'm Savannah.
And I'm Jasmine. And these are your Bishop sports updates for the week. The boys varsity soccer team defeated Griffith 6-0 on Monday, September 17. Leading the Warriors in points were sophomores Jake W., Jaime Hernandez, Jake F., goalie Danny Salazar had 11 saves.
The football team also defeated Chicago Christian Quest 33-0 for their homecoming game last Friday. Freshman Willie Fagan, sophomore Amari Fallon, and senior AJ Vasquez all led in touchdowns for the Warriors.
The boys soccer team plays Broom Grove here Saturday at 12 p.m. for the CYO Day. Students in grades 5 through 8 can receive free admission, a hot dog, and a drink if they wear their Catholic grade school sports uniform.
In a strong win for the volleyball team, the Lady Warriors defeated Andrean 3-1 on Tuesday.
The football team plays North Newton at North Newton Saturday at 10 a.m. Come out and support your Bishop No Warriors.
What are some of your favorite things about fall?
I don't really know. Probably the leaves dropping on the ground. I don't know.
Some of your favorite things about fall?
Cooler temperatures for one. I hate sweating. I love the way the leaves change color. They look really nice. So just spiritually, it's a reminder that even in death, things can be beautiful. So there's always hope for a spring and a new life. And fall break is nice, getting a few days off of school.
Yeah. What do you like to do during the fall season?
Like, I don't know, like just stay at home and like do nothing.
That's it? Like you don't go out with friends or anything?
But I go out with friends, yeah. Like I go to my friend's house a lot.
Okay. What do you do during Halloween?
Probably go to haunted houses and stuff like that.
Is it fun?
Yeah,
Who do you go with?
my friends. That's
What do you like to wear during the fall season?
Long sleeves and like pants.
So no hoodies or anything else?
Yeah, I'll wear a hoodie.
Like, are you into the fall fashion?
Not really.
What do you also like to wear during fall?
probably just jogging pants or something. I know it's kind of nice weather.
So like no goofy sweaters or
Yeah.
So, what's your favorite Halloween movie?
Oh, see, my favorite Halloween movie is Jaws. No, I said Jaws. Not Jaws. Jigsaw. My bad. Because the reason why it's my favorite, it's like a sleeper. It's like a sleeper. You know what I'm saying? It's not one of those mainstreams, but it's like it's very smart and it's not so scary. You know what I'm saying? Like he was like playing mind games with the people. Regardless if they was gonna survive or not, they was all gonna die. You know what I'm saying? Spoiler alert. But yeah, that's my favorite.
My favorite Halloween movie is probably Halloween Town, cause that's just every year I always end up watching it. I always come on Disney Channel, and it's just like a classic Halloween movie.
What's your favorite Halloween movie?
As Above, So Below.
What do you like about it?
It's kind of interesting to watch. Like it's a plot twist at the end, so you don't see it coming.
So what do you dislike about the winter uniforms that's coming up? Listen. I don't like them ties because they make you you gotta show them. And they be cutting my throat. Listen, Miss Patrick, you gotta do better, cause them ties really be doing it. Them Oxfords is hot. Don't know air be getting through there. Listen, that's what I don't like.
All right, thank you. What do you dislike about the winter uniforms?
Don't let me get started. See, I don't like it. They should just change it. The quarter zips, they need to make that a full jacket. I feel like that's just too much. And then I got like the little white collar underneath with the ties, making my neck so sweaty. Like they need to just Don't let me get started. Like I believe like we should have like a long sleeve polo or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Something smooth, or like a full jacket.
What do you dislike about the winter uniforms?
The ties, they're very uncomfortable.